tuned into It Is What It Is on WPIMP Radio, where we say what you're scared to say.
What's happening, my people? What's happening? What's going on? Once again, we are here live on It Is What It Is here on WPIMP Radio. And tonight's topic, should America follow New Zealand's example, banning military-style weapons? Well, for you that don't know what's been happening in the news lately or what's been happening lately of what this subject is about, let me explain it just a little bit. There were 50 people killed in shootings at two mosques in Christchurch, New Zealand. I want to say about 2 weeks ago, so March the 16th, 2018. It might not have been quite 2 weeks ago, but it was, Friday before last. So, this is 2 weeks ago, by a terrorist, is what they call him, but he's really a white racist nationalist. But they still call it a terrorist attack. A 28-year-old man from Australia was charged with the murder and appeared Saturday morning in Christchurch courtroom. The court papers identified him as Britton Harris Tarrant. Now, before he did this particular crime, he went on Facebook and posted a few live videos of the killings on Facebook. Now, it's a couple of points we're going to hit on tonight, and I guess my studio guest going to join us in just a second. There's a couple of points we want to touch on tonight. We want to talk about the hatred that's in America. It seems to be, I say America, but it's something overwhelming and a problem we've been having for generation after generation here of racism. And it seems to be, of course, it's always been around the world, but it seems to be spreading. It seems to be escalating is what I'm trying to get at, I guess what I'm trying to say. And it's a lot of people lately that seems to want to hurt either minorities or innocents, and for some reason they go into churches, which I really think is a cowardly act. You want to go prove your point, go attack some military folks somewhere they can defend themselves and shoot back. This young man apparently was a white nationalist, and it's so much about this that bothers me. One, even though they said he only mentioned Trump in his rantings on Facebook like one time, but I'm like, damn, and they kind of bragging on that. I was like, do you really want to be mentioned at all in anything dealing with a man that has enough hatred in his heart to just run into a church full of peaceful people and start firing at any goddamn body, women, children, everything? Do you really want your name mentioned from a guy that does some bullshit like that? I would think not. Now, to me, I don't understand a lot of the foolishness that goes on. Like, for example, I'm assuming he attacked the mosque because he had some. Well, first of all, I don't want to read too much into this stuff because I don't want nobody trying to make no type of opinion of forming an opinion that he might be the slightest bit right, and I ain't trying to promote him in no kind of way. So, I'll just say this. He was promoting that he had a problem with immigrants, basically. People that should not belong in his country, and he's a white nationalist, so he believed in putting white America first. Hey, sounds kind of familiar, don't it, guys? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So, we're going to talk about that for a minute. Anybody want to call in the number 601-502-4298? Look at it for a minute. Once again, the number 601-502-4298. For you that can come in the chat room right now. Now's your time. I read your comment live on the air. And I don't care if it got cussing in it or what. I'm reading that chat live on the air. All right, for example. All right, let me see here. I see two comments so far. Oh, there goes another one. Okay, let me read this correctly. Oh, well, this is basically just a comment. It's not really questions. Someone said that all the races, well, you know what? I'm not sure if y'all want me to say y'all names or not. Even though other people can't see this or I don't understand, but I do see some people when they chime in, they got little nicknames. So I'm just going to say what you say. You know what you said. I'm just going to say it. So if you want me to comment the name, comment under it, and I'll say your name. But anyway, It said all the racist motherfuckers should go live on an island somewhere by themselves if they don't like somebody. I agree totally. I don't understand how you're going to live in a world with different people and you know you're racist. And you're racist to the point that you feel like you got to you got to do something. You got to actually shoot at people and whatnot. You're going to have a long, hard goddamn life. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to have to deal with people. I don't understand that. So you would think you would go live in a place that's not easily accessible. The only thing I come up with, if you had that much hatred in your heart. And we got let me see. Got another comment here. Okay, somebody says the hatred is expanding from America like a cancer. Yeah, I'll say that, but not really. I don't know. America do seem to be the one that holds on to racists, but they racist people everywhere now. I mean, so you can't just say America. Example. Like, their whole, nationalists and stuff in France and England and all other places, too. But maybe it's not as potent as it is in America. I don't think America was the birthplace of racism, I don't believe, because the thought or the idea of it had to be in somebody's head before there was an America in the first place. It's just, America is the one place that will not let it go. They just seem like they're not going to let it go. So I say that much. I say that much about it. Oh, we also want to talk about should America follow New Zealand's example banning military-style weapons? Now, I'm going to say from the door, yeah. Because I really don't see, I know people like the AR-15s and they like Army guns and whatnot, the M16s and whatnot. But do you really need that to protect your house? Because if you do, you are a terrible fucking shot. And then, if you do need that, what happens to when you have in close quarters? Because let's be real. Here's the problem with having those military-style weapons. Okay. Let's say this is you are defending your home. Let's say America should have the right to bear arms. I understand that. But here's the problem. When you shoot a high-powered rifle, which is your M16, AR-15s, all these weapons that can turn into semi-automatic, it doesn't stop when it hits the person. These, if you don't know about how long one of those bullets are, the average AR-15 or M16 bullet is probably a little bigger than a person's index finger. Well, it's probably about the same size. So, for all you people out there, hold the two finger signs up in the air like Eminem used to do. Understand me? And look at your middle fingers if you're a man, by the way. Man. So, women, if you got a man around, you tell them to stick out that fuck you finger, and y'all look at it together. And if you look at it, you'll see that that's about the size of one of those bullets. Now, if you need that to protect yourself, first of all, let's just explain that as a little overkill. That's like a mini missile. One. The problem is when you shoot that, it doesn't stop when it hits the person. It's going to keep going. So you're going to kill him and your neighbor. You see what I'm saying? So, not to mention, just being honest, tactical, high-powered rifles are not good for close quarter encounters, which is more than likely what's going to happen if somebody does threaten you. Like, somebody ain't finna threaten you, because how you know they threaten you if they threaten your ass from 100 yards? You know what I'm saying? I mean, nobody's going to threaten you like, hey, man, I'm breaking in your house, even though I'm 100 yards away from it, and here I come. It's not going to happen like that. You can't, it's going to be hard to pull out a rifle in close quarters if somebody got up on you and shoot somebody. It's much easier and much more accurate to actually have a handgun in close quarters. Because in most incidents, when somebody's trying to rob you or attack you or something like that, it's in close quarters. Now, picture yourself trying to pull up this big-ass rifle from being down beside your side if a son bitch is right up on you. Just being honest and true, if they're that close, they really could just grab the goddamn rifle. You can't shoot shit. You be shooting like a motherfucker, but you ain't hitting them, shooting the ground, whatever you're going to be shooting, but you might not hit them. And here's the reality. In the time it takes you to pull up that rifle, aim, if y'all in close quarters, now, just the example that I'm using, and the other guy who is, deeming you harm or whatever, He has a handgun. He can be able to shot you 7 times by the time you get that big motherfucker up and fire your first shot. Because this shit is quicker. It's quicker to aim, faster to shoot. I'm just being honest. The whole thing that's good about, high-power military weapons is the military people are trained to hit at a distance. That's why they have those. So just being in your house, protecting your house, that is a little overkill. Do you really need 75 to 150 shells to protect your house? Or if you do, I need you to go to the shooting range, because that means your ass is a terrible. So, look, now that we got somebody on the air with me, I want to hear their comment on the subject at hand. I already introduced everything and said what we was talking about, what the incident was about. It was a terrorist act by a white nationalist. He actually killed 50 people. He injured way more than that, but he actually killed 50 people. And I'm trying to remember, it wasn't the largest, but it was I think the second in New Zealand's history. But go ahead and give your comment on the subject, if you will, man. Hello?
Oh.
Did you catch any of that? Did you catch any of that?
Yeah, I did.
You gonna give a comments?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but you mustn't hear me. I said, you want to give a comment on the subject?
Yeah, I was just waiting.
Okay.
So here's the deal regarding not possessing weapons. Suppose, just by chance, the United States is not immune to civil war, and we are not immune to invasion, whether people want to believe it or not. So, just suppose, by some weird chance, troops get deployed here. And they come over here and they start just tearing shit up. You think a 9mm is going to be enough to ward off 20 niggas?
No, if you're going to do something like that, but that's what you got the military for.
So my thing is this. There's a reason to have those weapons. The weapons ain't the problem. It's the people that possess the weapons. Whether they're mentally well or not plays a big part in whether or not they should possess weapons. That would be the equivalent of a school teacher making a child mad and then giving them a gun. So, ARs are designed to do exactly what they do. And so with that being said, I think people need to reconsider when they go to talking about taking away the Second Amendment, your right to bear arms. I think they need to really consider what they're asking for. Because the minute that gets took away, and criminals still got sense enough to keep guns, they're going to be the only people able to ward somebody off. Think about what would have happened in the early 1900s if none of our grandparents would have had guns on their land outside city limits.
Well, they didn't have guns that fired 175 rounds in less than 2 minutes.
And that, but you better know they had that rifle and plenty of buckshot.
Yeah, see that's
so my point is
the
this,
dilemma.
This is a different age and a different time. You got people capable of chemical weaponry. You got people capable of biological weaponry, and you got people with guns. So my thing is whatever level a person is on, if they mean to harm you, you either gonna retaliate or you gonna take it.
Yeah, but see, I'm gonna tell you something. And the killing part is, this is coming from a guy that I used to actually keep a lot of those type of goods. Now, and I ask everybody this honestly when we get in this type of debate. How many times in your lifetime have you found yourself actually needing an AR-15 to help yourself in some type of way? Mind you now, the AR-15, I think the smallest stock one can shoot probably about 80 shells.